It's kind of like this ideological escalation through game technology, and it just makes you wonder, isn't there a better way to use this?
Bucking the current trend, Sweden is actually attempting to use first-person shooter technology to ease tensions through their game Foreign Ground. Paid for by the Swedish Department of Defense, this international peacekeeping game teaches soldiers soft skills like negotiation, rather than just relying on combat skills.
People always ask me why do games, have so many guns and so much violence. And it's because a gun is just such a visceral way for interactivity, for instant interaction. Foreign Ground is more, I would say, more of a training simulator than a video game.
Americans are also starting to find potential in the medium, beyond the obvious military applications.
The same groups that went and learned a lot about, game technology and building America's army are now doing research of how to use games and virtual worlds to do post-traumatic stress treatment and a lot of other very important things.
Dr. Albert "Skip" Rizzo, director of the Virtual Environments Lab at USC Los Angeles, is leading the way in this relatively new field.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is a response to extreme trauma. It's anything where somebody is traumatized beyond the realm of normal human experience.
Dr. Rizzo uses virtual reality exposure sessions to help military veterans overcome post-traumatic stress.
In the course of say 10 or 12 sessions of exposure therapy, you would gradually ask the person to re-expose themselves either in imagination or in virtual reality, and eventually they get used to it.
Only the therapist is able to control the intensity of the experience.
Start off at the very lowest level of exposure. It starts off very gradually at a level that the person can handle. Only once the person has adjusted to the very basic exposure environment, then you add in perhaps the sound of a bomb.
First designed to help Vietnam War veterans, this technology is now a useful tool for overcoming many types of traumatic experiences.
People have applied it for the World Trade Center experience. They've applied it for motor vehicle accidents, for other combat situations in Europe.
Psychologists are not the only ones attempting to make the world a better place. A company called Games for Change is also utilizing the technology in innovative ways.
Generally, what it means is that games can be used for purposes other than just entertainment.
Ossie Borak, a former intelligence officer in the Israeli army, and his partner Eric Brown have created a video game that strives to find peace in the Middle East.
Peacemaker is a strategy simulation about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The most important thing is that you play as either perspective, as the Palestinian president or the Israeli prime minister.
It's a simulation game. We did something very restricted in the sense that you can do what a leader can do, and you can play